going on, guys? It's Corbin here from acousticworld.net, and this is going to be kind of a fun lesson for me, so let me know what you guys think. But today I'm going to be breaking down some of the biggest keys or characteristics, I guess, of Jerry Garcia's playing. And obviously I'm on an acoustic guitar. Jerry played plenty of acoustic music and actually has a pretty heavy like bluegrass background if you dig into his history. Some of you guys probably already know that, but the reason I say that is because these kind of techniques translate well to the electric or the acoustic. So I think you'll get a lot of value out of this no matter what your guitar of choice is. So basically I'm playing out of, let's see, I'll teach you in A major. So, and it's gonna help if you're interested in learning more about Jerry's sort of approach. I found that the caged system, I got a lot of mileage and a lot of help from that when I started trying to analyze his playing, because he actually uses a lot of arpeggios, and his playing is more sort of, I find it's very chord focused, almost like a jazz or bluegrass musician. He'll highlight a lot of notes of the chords that he's soloing over, as opposed to like, blues or rock players tend to just think in terms of like pentatonics. So if you can think in terms of the caged system, that'll help you a lot when you're learning Jerry's stuff. But the way I think of it is out of this sort of C-shaped chord, but we're in the key of A, so you can think of it like that. Or if it's more helpful, you can think of it as like this D shape here, that's kind of another Jerry sweet spot. Like obviously like the Franklin's Tower studio solo. He's kind of in that zone a lot. So you can think of that shape or this D shape or this C shape. So there's kind of a lot of flexibility there, obviously. But those will be really helpful. And so you're basically in this kind of box here. And you'll notice in the intro and kind of as I'm fooling around here, I'm using a lot of chromatics. And that is one of the big keys to that kind of Jerry sound is, he'll play those pieces of the chords. So in this case, in the key of A, I'm assuming, a lot of this is going to be being played over that A chord. But out of this same area, you could also highlight the D chord, obviously, because A and D, again, Franklin's Tower has both of those. And the G chord is here too, so you can you would be able to highlight all of the chords as they come up just by thinking in terms of that cage system and locating all of the voicings of those chords in this one kind of zone, if that makes sense. But anyways, a lot of the chromatics just happen between the notes of those chord shapes and those arpeggios. So for example, if you were going to play an arpeggiated version of that C-shaped A chord, kind of like that, the arpeggio would look like this. And so if you can connect all of those with chromatic notes, it's kind of a Jerry lick right there. If you can connect those arpeggiated notes with chromatics, chromatics, if you're not familiar, are just kind of filler notes that aren't in the actual key or in the scale that you're soloing in. So for example, with this D shape here, D shape of the A chord in the caged system, you know, he uses these chromatics, that kind of just very sequential walk up or walk down. He uses that all the time. So, and I could teach you that actually. He actually, for the pull off, if you pay attention, Jerry actually plays it with usually plays it with all 4 fingers with his pinky. I hate doing that, so I tend to play it with my 3rd finger, and I pull those off and just slide down to the last note. So that's kind of a very characteristic Jerry lick to sort of start out learning, because you get that chromatic feel and then ends with an arpeggio. So and you can also add the 4th, so that would be like an A sus. And then you can reverse it and ascend. And then I was highlighting the D there. So, yeah, the key thing is mixing arpeggios and chromatic notes. And the other thing to sort of think about while you're practicing that, as you get more comfortable with it, is ascending in like kind of triplets. So this is very different from, like, again, pentatonic type players who it's easy to get trapped in like that would be kind of the pentatonic approach, as opposed to like the Jerry type feel. And the main difference there is not only that you're adding the chromatic notes, but that you're also you're ascending while also you also take a step back, so it's this kind of again, that's kind of Jerry's like jazz influence. It almost has like a bebop type feel to it. So you're kind of dancing around back and forth, ascending, but also temporarily walking back at points. So yeah, that would be the other thing to practice, and you can practice it without the chromatics to get started. So like, I don't think I'm doing a great job explaining it, but hopefully that's kind of a good demonstration of it. It's again, you're kind of, you take 3 steps forward and 1 step back, basically. So that kind of triplet sequencing combined with the arpeggios, with these intermediary type chromatic notes, are like 3 big things that really helped me along in getting that kind of Jerry sound. And obviously, you know, no one is going to sound exactly like him. But they're kind of things that you can incorporate into your style to sort of pay homage to the dad and Jerry while still, you know, having your own style as a guitarist. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If so, leave me a thumbs up so I know that you like content like this, and it also helps get it out to more people. Until then, you can find more on the channel here or on acousticworld.net, and I'll be back with more lessons soon. So thanks for watching.